Hello dear students. So my name is Dr. Vaishali Ghai and today we are going to discuss Science Class 6 Chapter 2 Components of Food. So my dear students, in the previous chapter we have discussed about food. From where do we get the food? What are the sources of food? Plant sources, animal sources, and about various components. So in this chapter we'll discuss about various components of food. What are the examples of food? What nutrient any food has? Like here we'll discuss about what carbohydrates are, what fats are, what are their examples, which food contain what component. So in this chapter we'll discuss about various examples of food and components of food. Like if you drink milk and I ask you what this milk has, what it has as a component. So if I am saying yes, it has carbohydrates in it, it has large amount of proteins in it, it has some amount of fats in the form of cream in it. So yes, a milk has number of components or number of nutrients present in it. Similarly, if I ask what rice has, so rice has carbohydrates. So in this chapter, my dear students, we are going to discuss about various components of food, what it has. Let's move. So let us discuss what your food has. What are the components it has? So what is the component present in your lunch box, in your meal? So let us discuss. Have you ever tasted vegetables? So if I ask you what vegetable has? Vegetables, let us take an example of potato. What potato has? So if I am saying yes, potato has carbohydrate. And what carbohydrate is? Carbohydrate is one of the nutrient. If I ask you what milk has? So as we have discussed, milk has number of components. It has fats, it has proteins, it has carbohydrate in it. So milk has number of nutrients in it. Now there is a question in your mind, what nutrient is? So let us discuss what nutrient is, my dear students. Nutrient is that component, is that substance that provides nourishment that is necessary for the growth and maintenance of life. May it be animals or human beings. We all require this important component in the form of nutrient for the growth and the nourishment of our life. So, if I say carbohydrate, proteins, fats, yes, these are nutrients. So, what are these different types of nutrients? Let us discuss. In nutrients, we have carbohydrates, we have fats, we have proteins, we have vitamins, we have minerals, and two important things are also required in our food. One is water and other is roughage. We'll discuss their function one by one. So I hope everyone is clear what nutrient is. So my dear students, again, nutrient is a substance that is very important for our nourishment, for our growth, and sometimes they help in the repair of our torn tissues or cells. So now we are going to discuss. So let us take an example. You must have seen when your mom cooks food in the kitchen. She always wash the dal when she cooks, always wash rice when she cooks. Similarly, after cutting vegetables or peeling the vegetables, she cooks. So my question is, why this washing is necessary? This washing is important because needs to remove the dust particles or impurities present in that food item. May it be cereals or grains or vegetable or fruit. Whenever you eat fruit, your mom always says that before eating, please wash your fruit. Why this is so? Because washing always removes the impurities in the form of dust particles. But one more thing is, this washing for longer time may remove the nutrients also. So while cooking or while washing, please be careful that this washing should be for a very small span of time. Like if your mom is washing rice, then please suggest her that do not wash it for a longer time. Otherwise, what will happen? The nutrients, the important components of food which are present in that rice may also get dissolved in food item. Similarly, when you are going to wash your fruit, wash it before cutting. Wash vegetables before cutting. What will happen? Otherwise, the nutrients will also get dissolved and washed away with water. So, these are the nutrients which are sometimes soluble in water and get drained off while washing. So, whenever next time while eating your fruit, just wash before cutting. So, let's move to an introduction part of this nutrient. Let us talk about carbohydrate. If I say what carbohydrate is, so I am saying yes, carbohydrate is one of the nutrient that is providing energy to us. Like if you do not eat food for a long period of time, you feel little bit tired. When you go to play, after playing for 1 or 2 hours, you feel somewhat tired. If you do not eat food for a longer time, you feel somewhat tired because you have not consumed food for longer. So once you consume food, you feel that yes, again your body is refreshed and you are having good amount of energy. So yes, this carbohydrate is one of the component that gives you energy. So we sometimes say carbohydrate as energy giving food. Now there is a doubt. How do we judge that carbohydrate is present in a food item? So before going to start with, let me tell you what are the examples of carbohydrate. Any sweet food generally, like if you take apple, if you take banana, you eat sugar, one which is very sweet is having carbohydrate. Along with it, this carbohydrate has number of various types. So when I talk about starch, which is present in your chapati, in rice, in potato, it is also a type of carbohydrate. So carbohydrate not only is sugar always or sweet in taste, we may have some carbohydrates in the form of starch that are not sweet in taste, but they also provide energy to us. In our food, we get energy from these food items which contain carbohydrate in large amount. So I think this carbohydrate is clear to you. But there is a question in your mind that how do we test that this food item has carbohydrate? If I am saying yes, this apple is having carbohydrate, there should be some test. So let us move to the test of carbohydrate. So let us discuss the test of starch or carbohydrate. So let us take any food item that is rich in carbohydrate. I am taking potato. So you can see the slide, this potato, I have taken a small slice of this potato. This potato is having starch, and let us do the test and find out whether starch has in it or not. So let us take the food item. So this is a slice of potato. And I am going to add around 2 to 3 drops of iodine solution in it. On adding iodine solution, did you find any change in the color of this potato? Yes, it turns to blue-black color. So if any food item when react with this iodine solution and gives you blue-black color, it means it has a starch, and we say that this is the positive test for starch. Clear? So if again I ask you what are the examples of carbohydrate, don't forget potato, banana, apple, rice, corns, sugarcane. These are various examples of carbohydrate. So now after the test of starch, we'll move to proteins. And milk is a rich source of protein. Can you give me some other example of proteins? Yes, cheese, fish, groundnut, pulses, chicken. they are very good sources of protein. Since protein are necessary for the repair and building of our body, we generally call proteins as body building food. So now we have discussed the test for starch, that is carbohydrate, proteins and fats. Now we are going to discuss about vitamins and minerals. What are these nutrients and why they are important for our life? So first thing is, since they are also the component of food, they are the nutrients, so they are equally important for the growth, for providing nourishment to our body. Let us discuss one by one. When we talk about vitamins, it is that nutrient which is necessary to help providing nourishment and help our body to fight against diseases. Let us discuss what vitamins are. So when I talk about vitamins, vitamin A is present in green leafy vegetable, is present in some fruits like papaya. And if you do not take vitamin A in your diet, then you may suffer with a disease that is night blindness. That is the loss of vision. Sometimes the person is not able to see clearly in dim light during night. So this vitamin A is now very important for your eyes. To have a good vision, start eating green leafy vegetables. Ask your mom to cook food that includes large amount of this vitamin A. That is good for your eyes because it causes poor vision and some loss of vision in the darkness or at night. Sometimes with lot of deficiency, it may cause complete loss of vision, that means may causes blindness. So start taking vitamin A. Let us move to another type of vitamin, vitamin B. And the deficiency of this vitamin B causes a disease which causes weak muscles, which causes muscular convulsions, and the name of disease is beriberi. So vitamin B is very important, and the sources of vitamin B is fish, nuts, ground nuts, and some important dry fruits like walnut. So start taking good food that is rich in vitamin B. Otherwise, the muscles get weak. Let us move to another vitamin, vitamin C. And the deficiency of this disease is, this vitamin causes a disease is scurvy. This scurvy may have the symptoms like bleeding gums. You may have some cuts in your gums and the bleeding may come out. Wounds, if you get, then it may take longer time to get healed. So vitamin C is very important. And vitamin C sources are the citrus fruits. Do you like citrus fruits? It is present in orange, it is present in amla, so please start taking vitamin C rich food. Next, vitamin D. Vitamin D is very important for the growth of our bones. It is helpful in our tooth development. That means it makes our teeth strong. And the deficiency of this vitamin D causes rickets in children and osteomalacia in adults, and which causes weak bones and sometimes tooth decay. So, rich source of vitamin D is milk. So, you always consume milk in a good amount because it provides good amount of vitamin D, which is very helpful in making your bones strong and making your body healthy. So now, after this protein test, let us move to the next nutrient, that is fats. And what fat is? Fat is very important nutrient as it is very rich in energy. It is a very rich source of energy. Now you may ask that carbohydrate is also energy giving food. And fat is also energy giving food. Yes, both are energy giving food, but fats give us large amount of energy as compared to same amount of carbohydrate. And thus your parents always say that take less amount of fat. Now what are the examples of fat? So it has ghee, it is present in ghee, it is present in oil.
To watch the complete video, download the Upbind educational app from Play Store and App Store.